Very good evening to you all. It's very immense pleasure to have such a session like this today. And let me first of all thank Mr. CMA Shabir Ali and APS Academy and also EdNex Academy for organizing such a program exclusively for CMA final and intermediate students. Um, Most of the issues, the main problem that most of the intermediate and final students faces these days, the institute has already decided to conduct the examinations through online mode. And this is in fact a great step by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, considering the future. But the problem is, uh, many of the members and also the students do have a belief that the decision came very late from the part of the institute, so that most of the students, especially the intermediate and final students who does not have any exposure to any online examinations before, they are actually in a dilemma as to what all things they will have to face during these days. So to clarify all those doubts upfront, we have a renowned personality who is a chartered accountant, a company secretary, and also a member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, Nikhil Gupta. Nikhil Gupta is a faculty also. So some of the students, any intermediate and final students who have some doubts relating to your studies, you can personally contact him also. So let me just give a few words about the main speaker of the session. Now, Nikhil Gupta has got a vast experience, vast practical experience working in the big four financial consulting organizations like KPMG and Deloitte, and he was working there for over a decade. Now, he has been involved in providing audit and advisory services to several multinational companies across India, and he's also teaching the CMA students for past 8 years. Now, he's also official trainer of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India and has trained the 71st batch of IRS officers at the behest of ICAI. So that's a small description about CACS and CMA Nikhil Gupta. So I welcome you, sir, to this program. So I'm just handing over this platform to you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Siddharth, sir. Thank you for that kind introduction. And thank you, APS Academy, for giving me an opportunity to interact with the students. Generally, students from South India are devoid of interacting with teachers from North India. But this is a great opportunity to interact with the students of the entire India, pan India, in a very friendly manner, not a formal setup. It is not a formal setup. I can interact informally with the students, and I can actually gain their problems, their their difficulties they are facing. And they said, for PPT, I have made a point already there in the student mind. And apart from this, is small, I would be happy to take up specific questions if any students would have regarding the online examination after I cover up the points which I have for all the students, which I'm sure will be on the mind of all the students who are in examination of ICAI December 2020. Guys, I know that you guys are the first batch, so the guinea pigs, so to say, on whom the experiments are going on of the examination, and I know how does it feel to be the people who are getting experimented. So yes, this is a tough situation for all of you, but nonetheless, the world is dynamic, the things are ever changing, circumstances are ever changing, and we have to adopt. Don't adopt to changes, become redundant, become obsolete. So I know it is difficult to accept the at first, but at the end of the day, either you accept the change or you quit. Quitting is not a you accept the change. Guys, don't accept the change and quit. Then
Hi,
there,
just one interruption. Nikhil Gupta sir, your voice is breaking, I think. Is there any problem?
uh, so the net connection is perfect.
I think your speaker is little bit distant from your mouth, I think. Nikhil Gupta sir?
Hello, is the
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
better now?
It is better.
Yeah, so I need to rotate my screen then because I am on earphone now.
Okay, okay, okay.
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 Okay, so guys, we need to adopt to this change. I was telling you that yes, dynamism has happened, change has happened, but we need to adopt to this change, and we need to get accustomed to this change, because if we don't get accustomed to this change, then we will become redundant. And of course, none of us wants to become redundant. So quitting is not an option. So if I want to quit and go to the next attempt, that is of course not an option, because I know several people from foundation batch of September 2020 who actually decided to quit the exams, and they are regretting. Why? Because the people who have given foundation exams of CMA in September 2020 are pretty happy about how the exams were conducted and how efficiently institute could get through the results so quickly. Guys, do remember, foundation students have also got a chance to be re-examined. Similarly, if any technical snag happens, you will also get a chance to get re-examined. So don't worry, just don't have any fear in your mind. There is nothing to worry about. You have to try it out. Okay, if we fail, that's okay. If we fail tomorrow, I don't mind failure, but what I mind is quitting. Quitting is not an option. Failure can happen, that's okay, but quitting is not an option for all of you. Okay, so with that note, let me start my presentation of today. And Shabir sir, please tell me if my voice, whenever my voice breaks, please interrupt me and let me know.
Of course,
So guys,
of course.
yes sir. So guys, the first and foremost change which we need to make is in our mind. We need to create a growth mindset instead of a locked mindset. If our mindset is growth mindset, which means if my mind is open, if my mind is ready to accept change, then I will grow. If not, then I will become stagnant. Choice is yours, whether you want to grow or you want to become stagnant. If you don't want to open up your mind, and if you don't want to accept to the changes, then you will become stagnant. So the first choice which you have to make today is whether you want a growth mindset or a stagnant or a locked mindset. If you are coming forth with a locked mindset, then trust me, even in your professional world, which means even after qualifying, when you become a CMA and you are working in some company, then also you are not going to perform well. Because let me give you one example. In my 10 years of career, never ever have I received a request for creating an opinion in which my client has told me, "Oh, Nikhil, you have 5 days to complete this opinion. Please complete it at your ease and you have ample time. Don't worry, you have ample time." Not even single stance where client has come up to us and said, "Okay, we have a lot of time." Always the client would tell you that, guys, we have 3 days, and in this 3 days, you have to complete this work and give it to me. What should I do at that point in time? Should I tell my client, "No, no, time is insufficient. I'm not going to do this work. Time is insufficient. I don't want this revenue." Should I tell this to the client? Answer is a no. Guys, as a professional, you have to work round the clock. Doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, cost accountants, company secretaries, all the professionals in the world have one thing in common, that they don't have fixed timings of opening their shops and closing their shops. We are not shop owners. We are not having a medical store, or we are not having a store where we are selling clothes. We are not selling
food items. We are not a shopkeeper. We are professionals. And if we are professionals, we have to accept strict timelines. Yes, I understand and agree, and I empathize with you that we have got very less time for getting adopted to this change. We have got very less time. But guys, there are ways, there are techniques to adopt to this change, which I'll be discussing in my further deliberations. So one very important fact at this point in time, guys, don't convert negative thoughts into thinking. So what is difference between negative thought and what is difference between negative thinking? Guys, negative thought means you get a negative thought that, oh, what will happen if my internet connection goes off during the examination? This is a negative thought. You cannot stop it. But you don't have to dwell on this negative thought. You don't have to keep thinking about this negative thought. You have to tell yourself at one point in time, okay, I will do my best. Rest, if anything happens, then I will take care of it there and then. I cannot control every circumstance. Guys, even in offline examination, when you used to go to the centers, then also many a time it used to happen that you used to forget your admit cards at your home. This happened many times with all of us. Similarly, some inadvertent situations might happen in online examination also. Please don't worry about them. You will tackle them as and when they come. As and when they are faced, we will tackle them. Be ready mentally, be prepared for tackling them as and when those problems come. Do not be afraid as of now. Most students are right now afraid of the unknown. They don't know what is going to happen. And because of that fear of unknown, they are being afraid. Please don't be afraid of the unknown at this point in time. So a simple matrix, which is in front of you, which is on your screen. This matrix, guys, was there on my table for 10 years. I am working for 10 years. And during those 10 years, this matrix was in front of me always, all through my professional life. And this is an amazing matrix. This matrix will lead to a simple conclusion that there is no need to worry under any situation. So if you don't have answers to your questions, if you don't have solutions to your problems, don't worry. Things will happen the way they have to happen. And trust me on one thing, excuse me if I'm being too philosophical, but always remember one thing. God's plan for you are much, much, much better than your plans for yourself. So whatever you have planned for yourself, that might go wrong, but whatever God has planned for yourself, that will always go right. So under any circumstance, if you have a problem in life, please look at this matrix. Please take a printout of it and keep it in front of you all the time. Do you have a problem? No, then why to worry? If you have a problem, then if you can do something about it, then why to worry? If you can't do something about it, then why to worry? So ultimately, you do not have to worry. You just have to work. Because I'll tell you one very important thing. Worrying, taking tension will reduce your capability to 50%. You will be 50% capable if you do your work in tension situation, stressed out situation. So if you guys are stressed out, if you guys are in a tense situation, then guys, you will not be able to study. And change from subjective to MCQ is a big change which has happened. If you want to adopt this change seamlessly, stop worrying. So, I got a call yesterday and it was a very funny call. I would like to tell you what that student told me. She told me that she belonged to somewhere in UP. She was residing in UP. She told me, sir, I have superb electricity condition at my home. There are only 2 or 3 instances when electricity goes off at my home. In past many years, I have never ever seen an electricity cut. Rarely have I seen electricity cut. But sir, what will happen if during those 3 hours of examination, my electricity goes off? This was the question which she asked me. Now, my only answer to her was that please don't unnecessarily overthink. She was overthinking unnecessarily. Similarly, you guys are overthinking unnecessarily. Oh, our system is old. Would our system support the online examination? Oh, my internet connection is weak. Would my internet connection be able to support the examination? Guys, you are doing video calls day in, day out. You are doing internet surfing, browsing, you are downloading app, you are WhatsApping, you are doing everything from your mobile phone, from your laptop. If nothing has went wrong till date, trust me, nothing will go wrong on that day as well. It's just a change in mindset. You have to change your mindset. The moment you change your mindset, you will be able to accustom the change, and you can adopt the change which has happened. There is no less time or more time to adopt the change. You can adopt the change at any given point and time. Just have some faith in yourself, and just have some faith in the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Moving on to the next slide. And this slide talks about the preparation strategy. You can see the preparation strategy on your screen. Guys, first of all, I want to tell you one thing: to each his own. According to me, this is the best preparation strategy. You can customize it according to your needs. You can customize it according to your preparation. And I will tell you how to customize it. So first of all, please understand the simple matrix which is given on the screen. The simple matrix is, if your preparations are done in a subjective format, and if exams are conducted in an objective format, then it is possible, then it is not that difficult to give the examination. So suppose in your mind you have done your studies in subjective format, that, oh, I will write the entire section 139(8) of audit section of Companies Act. I will write it entirely in the paper, and suddenly someone tells you, no, you don't have to write that answer in detail, but you have to write it in MCQ form. You have to write it in multiple choice questions. You have to select one of the options. No need to worry. If you have studied in subjective format, and if your exams are given in objective format, it is not difficult to attempt the examination. But vice versa is very, very difficult. Vice versa means, if you have studied in objective format, if you have always prepared for MCQ pattern of examination, and you have done only MCQs in your examination, and suddenly someone tells you, oh, don't do, now the examination will not be conducted in MCQ format, examination will be conducted in subjective format, then guys, that is a problem. Because you have studied in MCQ format, if someone asks you to write the entire paper in subjective format, you might not be able to do it. That is a problem for sure. I am with you that you will face a tough time. But our situation is the first situation. First situation means we have prepared in subjective format, but we are asked suddenly 1 month before the examination to give our examination in the objective format. We are in a easy situation. We are in a better situation as compared to the second option. So it is very much possible, if you have prepared for your examination in the subjective format. So for example, if you have prepared the entire costing question, marginal costing, the entire relevant costing, if you have done all the questions in detail of the costing subject in subjective format, you know about the formats. Or for that matter, CFR, you are preparing holding accounts, books of accounts for holding company, and you know how to calculate minority interest, you know how to calculate the consolidated assets, consolidated liabilities. If you know all that stuff, and I ask you to compute minority interest and tell me the only the answer to minority interest, you will be able to do it. And best part is, you will not be required to prepare the formats, so you will be saving upon time to prepare the format. You will not be required to complete the format. Those lines which you used to draw to prepare an account, particulars, amount, debit, credit, assets, liabilities, all those formats are not required to be prepared now. So it's a bonus for you. You will be getting additional time for not preparing those formats, but you will be getting a 120 marks paper, and out of that you have to do 100 marks paper. Pattern is absolutely the same. You are saving upon time of creating formats. So this is, I think, a blessing in disguise. Saving upon time, use that time to attempt the questions and perform the calculations in rough sheet. You don't have to create format, and you will be able to absolutely well within time be able to not only complete the exam, but also revise it appropriately, come back to the questions which you have not attempted, and complete those questions also. So please look at the hindsight of it. Please look at the positive side of it. There are a lot of benefits of online examination. Now, most of you will say, oh sir, you are already cleared CMA, you have cleared CA, you won't know the difficulties which we are facing, sir. You please put yourself in our shoes, and then sir, you will know how difficult is it in such a situation to cope up. Now you will tell me this. Guys, all these things which I am telling you in this PPT, these are not my words. These are the words of the foundation students who have given their examination in September 2020 on online mode. All of their experiences, because we have to gather from their experiences, all of their experiences. Of course, I understand that their syllabus is less, their difficulty is less, their course complexity is less. But guys, they are much more inexperienced than you. You are much more experienced than them. So your level is also high. If your study level is high, then your mental level is also high. So if they can appreciate the online examination and they can appreciate the benefits of online examination, of course, inter and final students can definitely appreciate the benefits of online examination. Now coming on to the time period, guys. So the first step to preparation is complete your subjective study. So whatever you have done in the subjective format, just complete all those subjects in the usual manner, just as if your examination was a subjective examination. Finish your entire course in the subjective manner, complete your subjective study, and then move on to practice the MCQs. If your subjective study is good enough, if 3 revisions have been done before the examination, then guys, you will be able to solve the MCQs very, very fluently. Sir, where to get the MCQs from? Guys, there are 3 sources of MCQs. The 3 sources of MCQs are study material of the institute, RTP, MTPs, which were provided in the earlier attempts, and third one is the bit questions which have been released by the Vijayawada chapter of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. These are the 3 sources of MCQs which are readily available to you for your practice. And I'm very sure that CMA teachers across the country are working on preparing their individual set of MCQs. So within a span of say 10-15 days, you will get additional MCQs which are prepared by the teachers all across the country. So there will be no dearth of practicing MCQs. You will get ample MCQs, but the first step is to complete 3 revisions, subjective type revisions before the examination of all the subjects which you have in your course. All the subjects should be prepared in a subjective format, in a proper format which you were studying, in the format in which you were studying till now. Just continue that studies, and after that you can move on to the MCQ portions. And last is give the exams and give us the good news, give APS Academy the good news, give me the good news that you have qualified inter and final examination of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Okay, so the next one is that now many students are confused between 2 things, whether to choose home-based exam or to choose center-based exam. So guys, first of all, let me clear out your myths. Many students have a lot of myths in their minds relating to home-based examination. Sir, for home-based examination, we need a lot of internet connectivity. No, that is a myth. You don't need a lot of internet connectivity. 2 or 3 Mbps of speed of internet is more than enough for conducting the examination. 2 or 3 Mbps. You don't need 5G internet experience. You don't have to contact Mr. Mukesh Ambani to ask for a 5G internet connection. No, you don't want that. You can do with your normal internet connection, Wi-Fi connection, having 2 or 3 Mbps of speed, more than enough for conducting the examination. One more important thing, if during the examination your internet connectivity suddenly gets conged off or suddenly it gets disturbed, log in again, you will be asked to start from where you left. So all the questions will be saved and you will be starting from where you have left. So no need to have these notions in your mind that home-based examination will not be as smooth as center-based examination. Therefore, we want to take center-based examination. No need to be as no need to be narrow-minded with respect to home-based examination. If you have good internet connection, Wi-Fi connection, normal internet connection at your home, you have a laptop and laptop has power backup, which usually all the laptops have, And if you have system, then your system has power backup. And if power backup is not there, then you are located at a zone where electricity doesn't go quite often. Then guys, no need to go for any center-based examination. Please opt for home-based examination. That is not a problem at all. So now some pros and cons of home-based examination. Pros and cons are: advantage of home-based examination is you can see on your screen. Advantages of home-based examination is that you are in your comfort zone. You have a relaxed brain, and trust me, relaxed brain works 20 times faster than stressed brain. So keep your brain relaxed as much as possible, and you will be able to perform better if you are giving your examination from home. Then no wastage of time and efforts. Guys, this is the most important thing. If your center is say 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers away from your home, you will take 1 hour to reach the center, 1 hour to get back to your home, then you will be absolutely exhausted. However, if you are at your home, then you will be at the comfort of your home. So that is a big advantage. You can prepare for the next examination very well. So that is the second advantage of home-based examination. Third, easy to use your own laptop. So guys, whenever you use your own mobile phone, it's always easier to type message on your own mobile phone. If you take mobile phone of your friend, then you will face difficulty in typing message on mobile phone of your friend because your fingers are not used to that new mobile phone. Same is applicable for laptops also. If in the laptop kind of a examination scenario, you are given a new laptop or a new computer where the keyboard is in a different style, the keyboard keys are not as soft as your keyboard is different, your screen is different, then you will face the unfamiliarity threat. You are not familiar to that system, so it will be unfamiliar to you. So that will again be an advantage of home-based system, that you will be giving your examination in a system in which you are more used to. But there are certain disadvantages also. That number one, if any technical snag comes up, then the guys, technical snag, if it comes up in examination center, then there are people to take care of it. But at your home, there will be no people to take care of it. And secondly, disturbance. If you have a lot of disturbance at your home, if you don't have a private room, if you cannot stop people from entering or people from howling or people from shouting at your home, then it will be a problem for you. So if you can manage these two things, technical snag and disturbances, then home-based option is the best. Many students are telling me, oh sir, look at the institute. Institute has written in the exam form that any technical snag, any technical error, any problem in your system will be attributed to the students. So sir, the institute is shrugging off its responsibility and they are diverting the responsibility on the students. So they are trying to make us afraid. They are trying to make us opt for the center-based examination rather than home-based examination. So sir, we are afraid of that statement which the institute has written. Guys, do not take that statement negatively. Haven't you seen this statement coming up in every product, that any damage caused due to product will be wholly responsible, the consumer will be wholly responsible? This is a usual rider. This is a usual provision which is written on any product or any service when someone gives you. This is a very usual thing. So don't take that rider negatively. Don't take that statement of the institute negatively, which is appearing in the examination form, and just choose on an open mind whether you have to select the home-based examination or the center-based examination. Okay. So now we come on to the center-based examination. Again, guys, center-based examination also has advantages and disadvantages. Again, the advantages of home-based examination are the disadvantages of center-based examination and vice versa. One very important thing to be noted over here is that in a center-based examination, COVID restrictions will be there. So you will be required to sanitize your hands. You will be required to put a face mask. You might be segregated on the basis of distance, and putting up a sanitization drive can take some long. So you have to wait on the gate of the examination center to get your hands sanitized. So that might create a bit of hassle. So this might be an added disadvantage. Otherwise, advantage of center-based system is absolutely no snag. Technically, you can rest assured that you will be able to sail through very easily. You need not take tension about system, internet, anything you need to not take tension about. No disturbance is there. And the disadvantages are your time will be lost, effort will be lost. Using new system might be a challenge. So now, with an open mind, without thinking about without thinking about any rider which institute has written, without thinking about any negative thing which is coming to your mind, just think about one thing, whether you have the right infrastructure at your home. If you have the basic minimal infrastructure at your home, guys, go ahead, choose the home-based examination. But if you do not have the basic infrastructure at your home, then you are free to choose the center-based examination. So this was my analysis of whether what are the pros and cons of center-based examination versus home-based examination. And last but not at all the least, the fear which students are facing, sir, how will we increase our typing speed? How can we write 200 words per minute so that our examination is quickly finished and we can revise the examination paper? So guys, to answer this question, let me first highlight an important fact. Fact of the matter is 15 to 20% of the examination is only subjective. Except for law. In law, 45 marks is theory, descriptive. But the people who have given model test paper of law, they have told me that in law, the subjective question did not take much time. So more time was allotted to subjective type answers. And therefore, even if your typing speed is very, very, very low, then also you have sufficient time to write your subjective type answer in law. For other papers, for all the other 7 papers, the subjective type portion is only 15 to 20%. Now, my question to all of you, whether should we focus on 15 to 20 marks or do we need to focus more on 80 to 85 marks? The obvious answer is we need to focus on 80 to 85 marks rather than 15 to 20 marks. Nonetheless, still, we will take some steps to improve our typing speed. I will be telling you certain do's and don'ts to improve your typing speed so that within given time period, you can improve your typing speed a little bit. But let me tell you, let me assure you confidently, let me guarantee you, guys, within 15-20 days, you cannot increase your typing speed to a very, very high extent. It is a matter of practice. I myself took 5 years to come to a very good typing speed. 5 years. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. It took me 5 years to come to a good typing speed. Within a span of 15-20 days, if you think that I have a capsule or Shabir Ali sir has got a capsule which you will eat and your typing speed will be too good, that is not possible. It is not possible to increase your typing speed within a short span of time. But still, you can do some steps to improve your typing speed. Step number 1, type using both the hands. Never type using one hand. Always use both the hands for typing. If you type with one hand, your typing speed is never going to increase in your entire life. So these tips are not only relevant from an exam standpoint, but when you will go for your professional job and your professional work, then also these tips will be helpful. So type from both the hands. Do not use one hand for typing. Tip number 2, from today onwards, write 1 hour on your keyboard or laptop, which you are going to use in your examination. Just pick up a newspaper and type one article daily. Just look at the newspaper and type that article on a Word document daily. Daily do this practice. Now students will ask me, sir, should we study or should we type? Guys, we have 24 hours in a day. I'm sure none of you are studying for 24 hours. We can definitely manage 1 hour a day or half hour a day. We can manage that. So just pull out half hour or 1 hour of your time daily and just type one article which is given in the newspaper in English on your laptop, the Word document. Just type it daily 1 hour. This will immensely help your confidence. This will immensely help you to be very smooth in typing in your examination. And one more tip which I want to give you is that, guys, read the question carefully. Now, when we have hard paper, hard copy of paper in front of us, then reading becomes easy. But when we have to read on an online mode where there is a screen is fitted with LED. LED throws light in our eyes, and that light which comes to our eyes, that can actually hamper your reading ability. So guys, extra care should be taken in the examination for reading each and every question, each and every point very, very carefully. Because now you are not reading from paper, you are reading from computer screen or laptop screen or tablet. So reading from that screen is not as easy as reading the paper. So there's a high chance that you miss upon certain critical points while reading. My recommendation to all the students, while reading the question, make bullet points on a paper. If the question is lengthy, if the question is more than 2 lines, write bullet points that, okay, Mr. Shyam is residing in USA for 35 days for the previous year 2021-22, and during those 35 days he was in US. He came back to India on 12th December 2020. He again flew back to Afghanistan in the year 2000, in the month January 2021. All these facts should be written by you on a piece of paper along with reading the question, so that when you are solving that practical question, all the facts are there in front of you on a piece of paper, and you can refer back to the computer screen as and when you need to refer to the computer screen. So just write down all those points, just points, not the full sentence, only the points, only the dates, only the critical amounts you should write on a piece of paper while reading the examination question. And while reading it, you will be writing it on paper, and while solving it, you will be referring to that particular paper which contains your points, and of course that will benefit you, that will curb your problem, that will overcome your problem of not being able to read properly on the screen. You need not read on the screen again and again. You can refer to that piece of paper while attempting your question. So yes, these were my basic analysis and my basic theories surrounding the online examination. I have tried to touch upon the critical points which you might come across during your online examination. And one important update which I want to give to all of you guys, if you want to opt out from one of the group, the institute has opened the window. So earlier the situation was either you opt out from both the groups, or you opt in both the groups. But now if you want to opt out from one of the group, institute has given you a method. Just log on to your exam based or home based portal, and there you will get an email ID. You have to send your details to the exam help desk using that email ID, and you will be able to opt out from one of the groups. If you want to just opt out from one of the groups, option is available now. You can opt out from one of the groups. Now, I would request all the students, if you have any problems, if you have any specific issues which you want me to answer, then please let me know. Shabir sir, please
Yes.
let me know if students have any particular issues.
Some messages are there, but Siddharth sir have some doubts regarding online exam.
Yes.
Sir, I got a call from one of my students today morning.
Yes.
Actually, he was calling from Wayanad. Wayanad is a hill station in Kerala,
Okay.
and he is preferring to give a center-based examination. Now, the
Okay.
question that he asked me was, if I give, is there a center in Wayanad? If I opt for a center in Wayanad, will I get it in Wayanad, or will the institute grant it in some other places?
So is an option there on the drop down menu. So as soon
Okay.
as you choose the center based examination, there is a drop down menu which comes
Okay.
up, which contains all the cities where the examination center is there. So if
Okay.
a center is there in Wayanad, then he will get a center in Wayanad. If that option is not there, then the nearest area which is surrounding Wayanad, he has to choose a center over there. There is no other alternative. He has to travel to that place to give the examination, or he has to stay at that place to give the examination if the center is not there at Wayanad.
Okay, fine. Again, adding to the same question, There are, considering the previous details of what happened in Thrissur, there were almost 2,500 students attending the intermediate and final examinations only in Thrissur.
Okay. Okay.
So actually, the institute was trying to find out more number of centers. And
Right.
last time, there were actually 5 centers within the Thrissur town.
Okay.
5 centers within the Thrissur town, and
Hmm.
2 centers were outside. That means in the Thrissur district, but 25 kilometers away from the town.
Okay.
And many people who have chosen the town centers were allotted the centers 25 kilometers away.
Yes. Yes.
Even I believe what I understood was, even at this online mode, there is a chance for such a situation. What is your
Yes.
opinion on that?
Sir, there is a high chance of such a situation. I was just having a word with some of the students of Jaipur city. In Jaipur city, the center which is being offered by the institute is only one, and the students are many. So there is a very high chance that the students of Jaipur city will be given a center which is a little 25 kilometers or 30 kilometers away from Jaipur. That chance is very much there, and especially considering what you are telling me, Thrissur city, which has 2,500 students at a particular point in time giving the examination, there is a high chance that they might get a center which is a little offbeat. So this probability cannot be eradicated. An option which I discussed with the CC member to curb the situations of where the best option is to choose the home-based examination. If student doesn't have any home-based examination infrastructure, then a student can approach a nearby cyber cafe, and in that cyber cafe, he should tell the cyber cafe person that the doors and the cubicle should be shut. There should be no voice which should go outside, and there should be absolute silence in that particular cubicle, and student may give examination from that cubicle. But if that option is also not there, then the last option is center-based examination, and there are chances of what you have just told me.
Okay, sir. So I think now it is time that you can directly address the questions raised by some of the students. I think Shabir sir will carry out, because a lot of questions have been asked in the chat box. So I
Yes.
think we can clear one by one.
Sure.
Okay, Nikhil sir, one question. It is related to, sir, what if my laptop has been damaged due to any reason between the period from I selected for home-based examination till the date of examination? In this case, I can use my another laptop.
Yes. So there are two situations which have arisen right now. Situation number one, students have filled their home-based or center-based examination through their mobile phones because initially they did not know that the system will have proctoring. But suddenly the system was proctored, the camera was proctored, which students didn't know, they had no idea about it. Now, all those students who have filled their exam from the mobile phone, of course, they will not be able to give their examination on the mobile phone. So they have to choose the laptops for conducting their examination. So institute will make adequate provision for such students who have chosen some other laptop, but they want to give their examination on some other laptop. Institute will make some provision for this particular aspect, because there are many students who have done this particular thing. So damage of laptop is a genuine reason. This shift from old laptop to new laptop, according to me, should be permissible by the institute, and you will face no problem in giving the examination.
Okay, thank you for clarification. Just wait, could you please stop your screen share, Nikhil Gupta sir?
Yes, yes.
Just wait, some questions are there. Another question is this. It is related to, sir, I don't have a laptop. How will I fill the form for choosing center or home base? Connected to that question, if any student don't select any option relating to home based or center based or opt out, what will be the final conclusion of that particular matter without selecting any option? what will be
Right.
happen?
Right. So to answer the first question, if you don't have the laptop, then obviously you will opt for a center-based examination. If you are opting for a center-based examination, then you can fill your examination form from anywhere in the world, from any cyber cafe, from any friend's laptop or anything. But remember that your photo ID, your registration, exam registration form, and your face, because your face will be clicked, all these things, three things will be should be available while choosing the home based or exam center based option. So you should have your ID, which is the Aadhaar card or any ID card. You should have your examination registration form with yourself. And of course, you should be present over there. Your face will be clicked. You can fill in your examination form from anywhere in the world. You can use a cyber cafe. You can use any laptop. You can even use mobile to choose the home based or center based examination. Now, to answer your question number 2, if a student doesn't opt for anything, then institute has clearly said that center based option will be allotted to those students who do not choose anything. So if you don't fill any of the options till 12th of November, 12th November is the deadline. If you go beyond 12th November without choosing anything, you will automatically be given center based exam.
One more question, Nikhil sir. It is a genuine question. Majority of the students can't able to complete the application form. Somehow there is a lack of uploading ID proof or registration number or email ID or whatever it may be. There is a chance for timeout. Only 10 minutes are given to upload all the things.
Yes. Yes.
Then what will be the answer for that particular query?
So no official communication from the institute as yet, but institute is well aware about this fact that many students, while filling the while choosing one of the options, have made certain mistakes, like they have not uploaded their registration form, they have not uploaded their voter ID card, or some kind of mistake has happened by the students. Institute is well aware about that. Step 1, which students should take immediately, just write to exam help desk and write to email ID of the institute, attaching your registration form, your exam registration form, attaching your voter ID card, your identification card, and telling the institute that during the online filling of examination, I was not able to attach these 2 supporting documents. Please consider them. So write to the institute immediately. Secondly, we will wait for the institute's communication on this particular aspect. If they can, reopen the website and once again give us a chance to upload the necessary documents again, we will wait from the official communication from the institute. No official communication as yet, but yes, students are advised to write to the institute, put in an email to the institute regarding the attachments.
Next question is this. Will the location be traced when I am filling the form for home base? If so, can't attend the exam in different location, or I have to write the exam from the location where I filled my home center base. This is not a relevant question,
No,
I think.
So I got the question. He's trying to say that will location be tracked? So
Yes.
proctoring is happening, which means the system is tracked.
Yes.
Location is not tracked, because proctoring means the system is tracked. So if you have filled in through your laptop and that laptop is taken from, say, Bangalore to Chennai, and you give your examination in Chennai using the same laptop, no problem should occur in that particular scenario.
Then another question is, can we use mobile hotspot and keep the mobile inside the room in which we write the exam?
Absolutely, you can. Mobile hotspot, if you have good connection in your mobile phone, and if you can, if you know that your mobile phone connection, your data is ample during that day, and your connection is also not a disturbed one, you can use your mobile data connection also. Because I personally use many times, I use my mobile connection for doing my live sessions, doing my internet browsing and internet stuff. It works very well. It will work in your case also.
Then one Mr. Ansuman Mr. Sir, I don't have a laptop. How will I practice typing, sir? Any alternative, sir? Please address this issue.
Cyber cafe. Go to cyber cafe. Half an hour, 1 hour.
Okay. Is it possible to use a tab or something?
Yes, yes, it is
Or-
possible. Tab is possible.
Yes. So that question is answered. Another question, it is related to, just wait. Can we use, okay, sir. I applied for second group only after extension. I have 2 application forms, paid fees for mentioning each group. Can I attach 2 PDF in the home-based selection?
No, 2 PDFs cannot be attached if you have filled 2 forms. But how can you fill 2 forms? You must have filled only 1 form. And during the extension also, you would have taken extension of that original form which you have taken. How can you fill 2 forms? You must have filled only 1 form, examination form. I don't think so. This is the right thing which is there.
Okay. Sir, please tell about the pattern of theory paper online examination. Especially, I would like to ask same question. What are the strategy for preparing law papers, especially corporate law and allied laws?
So the strategy will be absolutely the same as we have done in our subjective type examination. We will prepare the entire section, entire provisions, the case studies which are there in our syllabus very well. Now, the case studies can come up in MCQ format. Case studies can also come up in subjective type answers. In both the situations, we have to answer our case studies. It should absolutely be similar as what we have done in our subjective type of preparation. No difference in the preparation, apart from preparing additionally the MCQs, the model test papers or the MTPs which are released by the institute. So no other difference, according to me, at least a difference should be there. Shabir sir, according to you, should there be any difference in preparing law paper or theoretical paper?
Nothing, because students are trying to by hearting the provisions.
Yes.
That's why that's the issue, because if questions are based on case studies, it will be very difficult to analyze the issues.
Yes.
But students are not bothered about it. I don't want to be making any such comment. It will be worstly affect the students. So I'm not going to that particular portion. But students are not much familiar with analyzing the case studies. That is the main issue. That's an issue to be solved for the examination, I think.
Yes. Yes.
One more. There is just before you said that we can opt out single group. Please just repeat the provision for how to opt out single group.
Okay. To opt out the single group, you have to fill in your online or home-based option as usual. The option is given on the link which is there on the portal of the institute. On that link, go select your option, select, attach all the documents which you have, attach everything, just close that procedure. And after closing that procedure, just write an email to the institute. The email is also given on that portal only. The email will be exam.helpdesk@icmai.in. This is the email ID which is given on that portal also. Just email to that portal and tell them that, sir, this is my registration number, this is my name. I have in original examination form applied for both the groups, but now I want to opt out from group number 2 or group number 1, as the case may be. Please permit me to opt out from group number 1 or group number 2 as you feel like, and just give your entire details over there. So just an email will do.
Siddharth sir, just moderate this. I have a meeting, just one person waiting for me. Just please, I will be back within 5 minutes. Siddharth sir, please take care of.
Sure, sir, sure.
Okay, I just...
Here I can give you a plan, I can give you a spider.
So again, the more number of doubts are relating to CFR, especially a problem like accountancy papers. Now, how the students are expected to appear these, because over a period of time, say over a long period of time, the students are just drawing these ledgers and balance sheet, P&L accounts and everything in a paper. And all of a sudden, when CFR paper is given as objective, only answers are given, how they are, how they should approach the same.
Okay, sure. So this is a very relevant question, and I have found out answer to this question by looking at the model test papers which have come up by the institute, and also looking at the MCQ based questions which come in in the past examination for MCQs. Guys, now there will be two kinds of objective questions. First, objective questions which are related to theory, like government accounting. In government accounting, if you get a theoretical question, or CSR accounting, corporate social responsibility accounting, if you get a theoretical question from CSR or government accounting chapter, which are pure theory chapters, then the MCQs will be given in the normal manner, in the usual manner, like you will be asked to answer, pick one of the answers out of the 4 options which are given to you, and theoretically objective type questions will be as usual. Now comes the question, how will practical questions be asked in MCQ format? To answer this question, I would like to take an example. Now, suppose you are drawing up a holding company's account. So, while drawing up a holding company's account, you have to compute 2-3 things. You have to compute the minority interest. You have to compute the consolidated assets. You have to compute the consolidated liabilities. You have to compute the general reserve or the capital reserve, which will be the byproduct of some calculations. So in a holding type of question, apart from drawing the ledger accounts, apart from drawing the consolidated balance sheet, consolidated P&L account, you have to compute 4-5 numbers. What will happen is the examination will give you a full-fledged holding question, giving all the details, and then that question will have 4 or 3 subparts. 3 subparts will be there in that question, and every subpart will have 4 options. So please let me repeat this particular point. A holding question will have 3 subparts, and all the 3 subparts will have 4 options each, which means in total you have 12 options. 3 subparts having 4 options each. What will be the 3 subparts? Subpart number 1, compute the minority interest. In this particular case, you will have 4 options A, B, C, D. Subpart number 2, compute the capital reserve. In this particular question, A, B, C, D. Subpart number 3, compute the consolidated assets or consolidated liability, consolidated fixed assets. In this particular case, you have 4 options A, B, C, D. Guys, each part will have 3 marks to it. 3, 3, 3. You have 9 marks for the entire question. And your problem that, sir, we won't have step marking in online based examination is also resolved by this answer. Guys, there will be step marking. These are the 3 steps which are to be considered while drawing up holding account. And all these 3 steps will have a different weightage. If they have a different weightage, all these 3 steps will have a different weightage. Naturally, you will get marks for whatever you pick up as the right solution. So if your 2 answers are right, you will get 6 marks. If your 1 answer is right, you will get 3 marks, so on and so forth. So practical questions will be asked in a broken manner. Same holds true for costing paper. In costing paper, if you are required to compute the costing P&L account, the question will have 3 subparts. What are those 3 subparts? Number 1, compute the prime cost. Subpart number 2, compute the factory cost. Subpart number 3, compute the costing profit. So you have 3 subparts of that particular cost sheet. You will not be required to answer only in 1 part, but in 3 parts. So an 8 marks question will be divided into 3 parts. All 3 parts will have 4 answers each. This is how your knowledge of entire practical portion will be covered in this particular paper. It will not only be theoretically MCQ based, it will also be practically MCQ based paper. I hope it was a long answer, but I hope you understood what I was trying to tell you.
Sure, sir. Connecting to the same, normally during the subjective type of examinations, we used to say that, especially to the students, that if you find some confusions, you can give your own assumptions to it. Now,
Yes.
will there be such options to give some assumptions in an online mode?
No, there will be no option to give assumptions in online mode. An institute will particularly take care of the fact that the questions which are subject to assumptions are not asked in the questions. So the questions will be very clear. The answers, 4 options will be very clear. You will be able to choose one of the four answers. There will be no option to give assumptions. Rather, there will be no questions where assumptions are required to be given. The questions will be amply clear. The answers will also be amply clear.
Fine, sir. That was very much, that had a lot of clarity in it. Now, another important thing is, this is also relating to, I think, some of those questions being asked in the chat box, like some, especially that will there be any option that during the subjective type of examinations, the question
Yes.
papers will be given first of all. The same way,
Yes.
in an online mode, will there be such an option that will the students be able to go through the questions upfront, then decide which question to attempt first?
So in the online based examination, the options will be given within questions. So like you have two questions, you have to choose one of the two questions that you want to answer. You have to choose only one of the questions. Unless and until you choose one of the questions and move ahead, you will not be allowed to move ahead. So you have to choose whether, so question number 1 and 2, you have to do one of the questions. You choose that I want to do question number 1, you tick the right answer and you move ahead, you automatically will be directed to question number 3. Now suppose after giving the entire examination, you think that, oh no, question number 1 was incorrect and I want to revisit my option which is given in question number 1. Institute has clearly told that you will also be allowed to go back to question number 1 and change your answer or change your option. So that flexibility will be there. That option will be available till the entire 3 hours. But mind one thing, the moment third hour has ended, all your answers will automatically be logged in the system and you will not be able to revisit any of the answers. So this is not a face-to-face examination where you tell your examiner, oh, please give me 5 more minutes. Please give me 5 more minutes. Just last question I want to answer. Just last time I want to revise my paper. This option will not be there. Third hour, 59th minute, you will be logged, your system will be logged and you will not be able to revise, go back to the earlier question. But otherwise, you will be able to revise your answers, go back to previous questions and revise your answers.
Okay. So another one more doubt from my part, regarding the online examinations, like invigilators. Will the invigilators interfere at any point of time that during the online mode, like checking the laptops or checking the mobile phones or whatever it is?
Yes. Siddharth sir, for every 20 students, there will be one invigilator which will be allotted by the institute. This is the ratio which institute has decided for allotting the invigilators. And yes, entirely during the examination, because the invigilator has only responsibility of 20 students. 20 students will be on his screen all the time. He will be looking at the 20 students all the time. And the moment he hears out, because your microphone should be on, he hears out something fishy coming from your room, if he sees some reflections on the backside of your room, if he sees some person crossing on the backside of your room, if he sees your head moving here and there and going out of the camera, if he sees your head moving out of the camera, he will immediately ask you to pull up your laptop and show the entire room properly. He can also ask you to pull up your laptop and show the desk on which you are sitting, the under desk portion of it, whether you have kept something over there or not. He can ask you to rotate your laptop and show the opposite wall which is there in front of you, whether you have some stickies, stick-ons which are pasted on that wall and you are cheating from those stickies. He can do anything and everything. He will give you 2 or 3 warnings. After giving 2 or 3 warnings, he has the ability to cancel your paper and you will not be awarded result if he gives you more than certain stipulated warnings. So this is happening on a live basis. This is happening on a face-to-face basis with 20:1 ratio.
Okay. So I think that will be, the students will be now very much clear about how they wanted to prepare and what all things that they will have to keep in mind. Now, some of the students
Yes.
do have a feeling that the online mode examinations will be much more easier to do these
Yes.
faulty activities.
Hanky-panky things, yes. But that's not true. Not true. You will not be able to do anything. Trust me, it will be so strict. You will not be able to do anything. Proctoring is very, very tough. Even for CMA foundation students, they have told me that there were warnings which came on the screen every now and then. Soon as our head was moving here and there, warning came on the screen. Please don't move your head a lot. So
Oh.
this will happen.
Anyway, I think that will be a very good experience for all the CMA intermediate and CMA final students, as this is their
Yes.
first time experience. So that is the
Yes.
basic doubts that I had. Now I think let's go to the chat box and see if some genuine questions are. Will there be any negative marking? I think there will be no
No.
negative marking.
Yes. No.
It's very straightforward. And can we have electronics near the laptops?
Why do you
Speakers,
need?
keyboards.
Why do you need? Please don't keep them. Why do you want to disturb your presence? Why do you want to disturb anything that can, cause you disturbance? I don't think they are required. What if
Yeah.
invigilator catches one student and asks him something? Will other students be distracted? Of course not. Vitrag, this will be a one-to-one interaction between that student and that invigilator. Faizan, calculator allowed. Yes, Faizan, calculator is very much allowed. You are free to use the calculator as you've been doing in your face-to-face examination. There is chance of extension of exam, or better to opt out a group in such a situation where MCQ preparations are not finished. So Galaxy, opt out for one group is already there. Institute has today itself given this option to the students. One group opt out opportunity is there. Go ahead, opt out from one of the groups. Chance of extension, we are not aware. Institute will take a call in November end. November end, Institute, if any circumstance is adverse, then Institute will take a call on extension of the examination. So postponement, we don't have any answer to right now. Diva says every question have two options. No, Diva, every question would have minimum two options, but most of the questions will have four options. Like fill in the blanks can have two options. Apart from fill in the blanks, all the MCQs will have four options. Shavik says due to any network lag, when we again relog in, time in between be counted? No, Shavik, time will not be counted if you log out and log in again, because you logged out, therefore time will not be counted. But those 3 hours will be 3 hours. What I mean is that your 3 hours will start at say 10 o'clock and will end at 1 o'clock. So indirectly your time is counted. You cannot give your examination beyond 1 o'clock. So if you waste say 5 minutes during this 3-hour session, your time is wasted. You have to log out at exactly 3 o'clock, at exactly 1 o'clock after 3 hours. So no relaxation in that particular sense. When will the result come? So within 1 week of the re-examination, the result will come. So re-examination, if re-examination happens due to technical snag, within 1 or 2 weeks of the re-examination, result will come. This was communicated to us by the CC member. Okay, sir, let's move on to the last question. Supreme Court yesterday declared that CA exam will not be conducted on online. Is any chance for CMA also? Any chance to postponement of CMA final examination? Guys, Supreme Court has instructed that CA exams will not be conducted online on the basis of certain terms and conditions. If those terms and conditions are fulfilled by the CMA Institute, then CMA online exams will definitely be conducted. So I'm sure CMA Institute will be working on it. They would be fulfilling those terms and conditions which are stipulated by the Supreme Court of India. If those terms and conditions are stipulated, then CMA exam will happen for sure. In case of CA online examination, they were not planned. They had not planned CMA examination, CA examination in an online mode. They were going ahead with CA examination in a face-to-face mode. Therefore, there was this dispute was because CA exam were not being conducted on an online mode. It was being conducted in a face-to-face mode. So let's wait for the official notification. Okay, sir, over to you. All the other questions I
Yes.
will be taking offline.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you so much. And it is indeed a great pleasure for having you been here for this, especially this particular session on online examination. I think most of the doubts asked by the students have been now clarified to a certain extent, and some of them are of course not so relevant at this point of time, because it's the usual things and the usual questions that always comes in the mind of the students. So I think some of those most important questions, doubts in the mind of the students have been cleared. And let me take this opportunity to thank Nikhil Gupta for your precious and valuable time and sharing your in-depth understanding of this online pattern of examination. And thank you so much once again, sir. On behalf of APS and Ednex Academy, let me extend my sincere thanks to CMA,
Thank you.
CA, CS Nikhil Gupta. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.